Well, it's morning time, and the sun isn't even fully covering the entire solar array. And this is showing that I am already up above regular voltage, pulling like 7.7 amps, steadily climbing as the sun goes over the trees. So this is really good news. And it shows that potentially very soon here, I'll even be able to turn on the AC if I should need to do so. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is going to be great. So when we last visited the road, it was obvious that it was traversable, but on the left-hand side here, it wasn't packed in nearly as much due to the fact that it was built on dry ground. And the fencing sections were a bit cagey and they weren't able to get spiked in as thoroughly, and the corners were flipping up, meaning that the lawnmower was having trouble straddling. Since it's dry now, it's not supposed to rain for another 2 days, and there is an opening on the other side, I'm taking down this entire left-hand channel so that way there can be a driveway down the left for the lawnmower. And these are being replaced in a different section up until about maybe here. These can remain because they're deep in like this. I may even be able to use that fence since they're encased in the clay. So I'm doing it by wheelbarrow and walking them down around the back to an opening in the other trail on the other side. So, almost there. It'll give egress and ingress from the street frontage, which would be good. This is where my van was stuck. I'm going to be filling these divots in today as well. But right over here, through this little trail I cut last year, I believe, myself and Tom and Shay were down here and we opened this up more thoroughly. I believe potentially Tom and Shay opened it up at first large enough to get a lawnmower down here. But this could potentially be a parking spot, making this be the turnaround, and this would be the ingress egress. My preference more than likely would be to come and pull in and go down there, and could still use this as a 3-point turnaround. Otherwise, this is where the materials are getting stacked, and this is the section I'm going to now be working on getting in and out through. So, it's supposed to be a warm one today. It's a good thing the AC is working. Now that the panels are in full sun, at around 8 a.m., it's come over the trees. Figured I'd come back here and take a peek and a breather from all that moving of stuff and bending up and down to see where the charge controller is sitting at. See how we're doing here. Oh, right now we're looking good. 𝕃𝕀𝕐 and 6.7 6 amps. So what is that? Just under 30. That's shucks. 7 times 25, 175 watts. That's about 175 watts going into the batteries right now. I wonder what we'll get if I turn on the AC. According to this, I'm on high cool, all the way cold, full fan. Pulling 120 volts at 2.4 amps. So what is that? That's 48. So 4.8, 240. Around 250 watts are getting pulled out of the batteries. And you can see that I'm still above voltage, and I am pulling in now 13 amps. So the panels look like they're going to work for sure. Still above voltage, pulling in heavy amps. So, not too shabby. I guess I can leave the AC on right now and see what we can get down to. Gonna need it. So after a few more loads, I came back and skimmed the surface with the shovel to maintain that there was no high spots, and tried to keep the drainage where the drainage was. So this should be level enough to traverse with something that's got a 48-inch wheel width on the front and rear corners. I went all the way up to the point where we have the break, where we put in the pipe for the overflow. And I built this up using stones, so that way it can have a nice little ramp to get up. I'll put one on the other side. So far I did that much, and I have about that much to go. Not bad. AC has been running for about 45 minutes. It's pretty chilly in here. Batteries are still reading 27.4, 27.6, 27.7, and 18 amps coming through from the solar, maintaining the voltage in the battery pack. And I'm still getting 120 volts at 3 amps. The fans are starting to cycle here and there. AC is working. This is starting to get a little warm, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's working too hard. I guess as long as the ambient temperature remains low, that's all that's really going to matter. So, feels good in here, that's for sure. So I'm hearing the batteries start to bubble. The voltage is 28.8, and I'm drawing roughly 6 amps. It is showing the indicator as battery being full. Usually by the time you get around 28, 29 volts, you're as full as you want to be. So this must be equalizing right now. I turned off the AC for about an hour because the clouds keep diving back and forth around the sun, and I wanted to see how quickly the batteries would charge. So they appear to be fully charged. I'm going to turn the AC back on and see what kind of time frame we can get. It was getting kind of chilly in here as well. This is going to work out good. I mean, if it cools off this building this quickly, and I still have gaps at the windows, I have a wall that's not even put in, and I haven't even done any insulation or anything yet, ought to be good to go. So, alright, check back in later. So those two trees that were blocking the entry to this little path have been taken out with a, I don't know, I guess maybe 25, 28-year-old ryobi. So that one wasn't quite as bad, wasted 1.5 batteries. This one wasted 1.5 batteries as well. Fair amount larger, but I was able to make it through with a pruning blade. These Skil branded pruning blades are awesome. No need for a chainsaw, although it would have been faster. There's just no need for it. So I'm gonna go get my circular saw and shave this beast down and then drag the log out. And with this one, I guess that'll be even quicker work. I have to change my blade out. I just bought a new blade for that too, so I'll get the one with the missing carbides. So these 25 to 28-year-old ryobi, give or take a battery, give or take a saw blade change, helped me open up and shave down all this stuff. No chainsaw used on anything that I'm showing at all. Just the Sawzall, and then once I got it down with the Sawzall, I used the circular saw to take off the limbs, and now we're open. So this should be, these are the two I removed. They weren't too big, thankfully. Sawzall would have got through it either way, but bigger takes longer and is tougher, more batteries. But here's the opening. So now it's time to lay down this roadbed building fence and see how we fare. The entire basis of one of those sheets that you lay down as a ground separator to drive on is that you have stakes everywhere, so that when you pull on one section, you have pressure against all the other sections of it to make it act like a mat. Because some parts will be in compression while other parts are in tension. So, since this is a 5-foot fence cut in half, each one of these has a tongue sticking out. What I've done is I made the tongues that stick out at the end stick into the soil, and then made the tongues that stick down the side also stick into the soil. So every 8 inches, there is essentially a stake, making it adhere to the soil. So it appeared to work prior. It's almost invisible. And even though this side is up, which could get a stake, and realistically likely will, because when weather turns and if there is to be snow, I need to be able to see where it is. The center of my tire being on the center of this, and then 5 foot 6 inches away, the center of my tire being on the center of that, everything should behave. as one giant mat should. So let's see what happens. So now this one is stuck down in on both ends and the entire inner. So this one over here, 5 foot 6 inches center to center, is stuck in on both ends. I've arranged these so that they meet the outer edge on both, because there is a little dip here. And these tongs now are going to get bent down, and each and every single one, all the way down, is going to be a stake. So we'll see how that works. Alright, so from the road into the new track tunnel path thing. It's quite lumpy and bumpy, and quite a bit of the ground is soft, which should be expected, honestly. I came up in here, and then I did like a 7-point turn and hit a couple of trees. It's very tight. I was driving in reverse at that point, which compounded the difficulty. But it's back here. More than likely, it should not be back here when it's raining, or else it'll be stuck back here. But it's back here. So, wow, what a feat. I don't remember the last time I hit this many trees while I wasn't trying to. Otherwise, I got another van to pull up here. So, talk to you later. So today was quite the success. The van is deep in. I'm in the woods. The other van also in the woods. So it's a magical thing. Feels good.